their future endeavors. Because when you go to select your elective, there are a lot of dilemmas which come into your mind, that what I should be going for, which subject, which specialization I should take ahead with. So all these kinds of doubts which the students have, when you hear from an expert that what I should be doing, what are the things which I need to be observing in me, in my self appraisal, what all things I should be identifying, and then ensuring that yes, this is the thing which I should be doing, or this is what I need to be selecting. So when I decide on this, then it will be something which would be really worth of doing it, than going for something which is misled and then finally ending up in total confusion on what to be done now with my life. So this is there with many students, those who have faced. So what I want all of you to is, you hear that what did they do, how did they select it, what did they achieve, when did they realize that what is the right thing to do. So how do you realize it, how do you take up a decision on that this is the right decision, for me, the things what I was doing or I'm thinking about might be wrong for me. So there are three guides for you to do this process for you, so that you will be identifying what is the right thing for you. Okay, so we have with us Sachin Dodi, who is an expert, who will be talking about finance to you. We have Vasudha Chaturvedi, who is our again alumni, and she'll be talking to you on HR aspects. And we have Ajit Sharma, who is having his own startup, and he'll be talking about marketing experiences. So with this, you will have complete idea on what is the right elective and what all kind of things I should be doing when I am doing BMS with it. Okay, so Jyotsna ma'am, Faiza ma'am, over to both of you.
Ma'am, you have to allow ma'am to unmute. She's not able to speak.
Yes, we have requested ma'am to unmute. Good afternoon, everyone. We welcome all our three alumni. Just give us a 2 minutes. We'll start. मैं तो को होस्ट हूँ, मैं कैसे कर सकती हूँ? नित्या मैम कर सकते हैं ना? Okay, sorry for the delay. Good afternoon, all everyone. So today we'll start the session with Mr. Sachin Dori. He is a qualified CS LLM in business law. He has done MBA in finance, and he's a BMS graduate. He is currently working with Zeta Directory Group as a company secretary. He has a overall experience, teaching experience of 10 years and is associated with B Educare for the past 2 years. He is an assisting aspirant to crack law, MBA, and banking entrance exams. He's one of the guiding aspirants to choose their career path as a mentor at Expressions. So he's going to guide you all about the opportunities which are coming in finance sector. Over to you, Sachin sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that introduction and warm welcome. So, hi students. My name is Sachin Dodi, and as rightly mentioned, I'm a qualified company secretary by profession. But my area of work is both into finance as well as compliance. So, let me first start with what what course to take after BMS. Most of us, we go with that herd mentality and we say that okay, MBA finance is the thing for us. So MBA finance is a good option, but that is not the only option. First, let's discuss about MBA. So if you want to do MBA now, there are two things. One, either you can upfrontly after your graduation, right after you graduate, you might want to go for MBA without wasting further time, because you just want to complete your education at one go. Second thought which I prefer is that after you complete your graduation, take some time off and start doing some work, take up a job and get some first-hand experience in the finance sector. And while you're working, you should prepare for all the entrance exams for MBA. Because doing an MBA from a tier 1 institute like IIM, and specifically from IIM Ahmedabad, is far more rewarding as compared to doing MBA from any college. Because these days, everyone holds an MBA degree, to be honest. So just for an example, I did not really require an MBA degree, but since everyone was doing, even I did that. Okay, so I'm a qualified company secretary. I did my master's in law. I've done LLB, I've done LLM. But then because my profile had a lot of finance aspect also, I also did MBA finance. But I did not do it from IIM because, of course, I had other degrees to back for that. But for you, my advice would be give your entrance exams and try to go for any tier 1 MBA institute. Otherwise, a very good option is also that, if you want to work, just start working, and then you maybe in later in time in future, you might want to do a part-time MBA, which is called an executive MBA. That is also a good option. But apart from MBA, I'm here to discuss few other courses, and then we will discuss the various career opportunities in finance also. So first, what next? If you don't want to do MBA, what are the other options that are available to you? So the first option I am going to say, and most of us run away from that option, is CA, Chartered Accountancy. People say that it is a very difficult course, and there's nothing like difficult. If you have that grit, if you have that determination, you can clear any examination. And it's never too late. There are many students who also say that, in CA, there is a 3 years internship. When will I start earning? It doesn't matter. Once you become a chartered accountant, you actually, an MBA after 3 years where he is, a normal MBA, I'm not talking about an IIM, a normal MBA where he is after 3 years, a fresher chartered accountant is, if not more, at least where that person is. So it is never too late. Go for chartered accountancy if you want to. So this is a course offered by ICAI. There is only one institute, Pan India, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Mumbai to Kolkata, wherever, east, west, north, south, you want to do CA. There is no college. There is an institute called as Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. There are 3 levels of exam, but since you are doing after graduation, you have to do only 2 levels. Foundation level will be skipped. There is a 3 years internship, and it is not that easy to crack these exams. But if you have that determination, go for it. Second option, what you have is what I did, and I was also a BMS grad. So I did my BMS from Pillais College. After I completed my BMS, I was also searching for various courses, and I did not wanted to do MBA for some reason. And then I came across a course called CS, that is Company Secretary. It is as good and as rewarding as Chartered Accountancy. not many people know about CS, as many people know about CA, but CS is not that popular. But I'll tell you what a job profile of a company secretary is. So basically, a company secretary, as I told you, is a person with a mix of legal and finance background. So first, he is responsible for all the compliances that are applicable to the company. He is a compliance officer. When I say all the compliances, it includes ROC compliances, it includes your stock exchange compliances, it includes SEBI compliances, uh, uh, STPI compliances, RBI compliances, insurance. If you're into insurance sector, then IRDA compliances, all the compliances that are applicable to the company. It is the responsibility of the company secretary to ensure that it is doing business within that within the framework of law, and it is not breaching anything. It is making breaching any law. It is making all the returns, timely filing of returns and forms with all the regulators. That is one. Second, he is also responsible to conduct all the board meetings and annual general meetings of shareholders. So whatever shareholder meetings happen, it is being conducted by the company secretary, and it is not just, okay, you'll just rent out a hall and you'll call for a buffet and it's done. You actually have to draft various documents like agenda, you have to circulate a notice, you have to draft board report, you have to draft minutes of the meetings, etc., etc. And of course, he is a KMP. He's the only person, only professional degree which gives you a tag of KMP, Key Managerial Personnel, as per the Companies Act 2013. So he is the CFO, the CEO, CFO, MD, and Company Secretary. These four are called as KMP, Key Managerial Personnel of a company. And so that's why he is an advisor to the board of directors. So whatever legal advice or financial advice is required by the board of directors, it is the company secretary who gives all those advices. So this again is not done from any college. There is an institute called Institute of Company Secretaries of India, and PAN level there are exams. It is also not that easy to crack, but I believe if I was such a mischievous and not so career-oriented person in my when I was doing my graduation, but when life hits you, the reality hits you, and I became serious in life. If I can crack, I think any one of you can do it if you have the determination. There is another professional course called as CMA, which is Cost and Management Accountancy. It was earlier called as Cost and Work Accountants. I would not recommend you to do this because it is as difficult as CA and CS, but is not as rewarding as CA and CS is. So if you're planning to go for accounts and you are like, no, I want to be a proper accountant, then don't go for CMA. Please go for CA. Apart from this, very highly rewarding CFA, that is Chartered Financial Analyst. Now there are two types of CFAs that you can do. One is Indian CFA, one is US CFA. My preference is go for US CFA because it opens global avenues for you, because it is a globally recognized degree. CFA India is only for India. So while MBA Finance, it offers specialization on business and finance domain, CFA is a degree which is more focused, and it is more into investment analysis, security analysis, and financial management. A person, if you have completed your CFA course, your starting salary is very rewarding, I would say, more than a CA. So CFA would be your first choice, but two downsides of CFA. Number one, of course, any professional degree, it is not that easy. You'll have to earn it. It is not as easy as doing an MBA from a normal college. You really have to work hard for that. And second, in CFA, the fees is little on the higher side. So you have to spend, for each exam that you give, you have to spend a lot of money. And if you are not able to clear that exam, again, you have to spend a lot of money. So there is some cost involved also. That if you are not planning to do CFA, you can definitely go for another course which is as good as, not as good, but it is little less in terms of difficulty level to crack, but it is again very highly rewarding, and it is FRM, which is called Financial Risk Management. And financial risk managers also do similar work what the CFA guys do. So basically, they analyze all the risk and return and do all the portfolio management. They advise their clients where to invest, how much to invest, etc. And even in the companies, FRM guys are hired, and they do all the risk analysis. So they tell you what is the credit risk in the market, what is the market risk, what is the operational risk, and how much can that risk. So they have this formula. So they do this calibration wherein the amount of risk, so probability of risk that this loss will happen, and then they actually in monetary terms they value that, and they put it in front of the management that, you know what, if we do this, we have a risk that so and so amount of money will be lost. We will incur a loss of so and so amount. There is something called as reputational risk also, which no organization would want to do. That if you get into this venture, there is a chance that the reputation of the company might get hampered. So these are few options. There are other international courses also, like you can opt for CIMA, CIMA, Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. This is based at UK, United Kingdom. So this was all regarding India. You can also do MBA from abroad. That is also one option. Other degrees that you can have is CIMA, or you can be a certified public accountant. So just like we have chartered accountants in India, outside in the US, it is called as certified public accountant. So these were the various courses. Now let's quickly touch base on what are the career options that you have after doing your MBA in finance or taking up any of the finance courses that I just told you. So first, obviously, you can take up a job. You can take up a finance job. Now, what does a typical finance person in an organization, in a company does? So right from junior level to senior level, we'll just quickly touch base. So first is accountancy. So the finance person is responsible for maintaining the books of accounts. So right from the journal entry, that is the first step. You'll pass a journal entry. If you're purchasing something, if you're selling something, you have to pass an entry. Right from passing of journal entry, then a ledger will be created. Then from those ledgers, a trial balance will be created. From those trial balance, you will create what? You will create final accounts. That is your profit and loss and balance sheet. So who does that? A person who is a finance person. Basically, you can do this after BMS also. I'm just talking about the various aspects of finance. So one is that. Second, what a finance team does in a company, they are tax experts. So taxation is a part of finance. So filing all your GST returns, filing your income tax returns, corporate tax, all kind of taxation returns and forms, taking registration for your new businesses, everything is done by in-house finance team. And lastly, and most importantly, which is something of a higher level, which a finance person does, is to manage the finance of the company. So how is a company, how will a company be funded? How much equity? Equity is an ownership. How much debt should we take? At what percentage we should take? How should we raise funds? Number one. And number two, after raising funds, how should we spend that money? Budget banana, seeing whether whatever budget was made, comparing that with actuals and seeing where is the discrepancy. Can we reduce the cost somewhere? All that jazz. So that is what a typical finance person does. In an organization, you'll start with a finance executive, you'll become senior executive, assistant manager, karte. Highest level in a finance setup in a typical organization is CFO, Chief Financial Officer. And if you are a CFO, you're a good reputed company. So that is one. You can do corporate finance. Second, you can enter into public accounting. What does that mean? So just like in-house team makes the accounts, so there has to be someone who check that also. So there is a maker and there is a checker who checks these. So there are auditors. A lot of time audit happens. So audit ke andar, these guys, they will check whether everything, all the entries that have been passed are proper, whether all the expenses that are shown in the books of accounts, do we have all the proofs, all the vouchers, all the bills, etc. And then they'll see whether the balance sheet and the profit and loss account gives a true and fair view of the company, or is company doing window dressing. What do you mean by window dressing? Window dressing means it can be of two types. Number one, many listed companies do window dressing to show that they are more profitable, whereas they are not profitable. Satyam scam happened because of this. So why they want to show that? Because they don't want the share prices on the stock exchange come down. So they do window dressing. But when the bubble bursts, if the market collapses. So one is that. Second kind of window dressing is done by smaller firms. What they do is they inflate their expenses. They show that we have spent more money than they have actually done. Why do they do that? Because it is deductible under the income tax. They want to save on the taxes. They don't want to pay taxes to the government. So they are doing tax evasion. So an auditor checks all these. So who can audit this? Either a person should be a chartered accountant, or a person or a firm of CAs do this. But it is not necessary that in order to join a firm of chartered accountants that you have to do a CA. You can do MBA finance and join a CA firm also. The only thing is you will not be able to sign the auditor report, but you can do all the audit related work also. But if you're doing CA, that is good. If you want to. This is investment banking. What is an investment banking? Investment banking means there are many banks like JP Morgan and Chase, Morgan Stanley, etc. So there are two businesses in investment banking. First investment is ISG, that is International Securities Group, and second is WM, Wealth Management. ISG Group actually helps companies to raise funds. So they help companies to come out with an IPO. When a company decides for the very first time to go public, so there is a lot of IPO is a very tedious exercise, and I was privileged to do one IPO with my first company, Metropolis Healthcare Limited. So it is a very it is not a very easy job. You need a lot of merchant bankers, that is your investment banker, who will draft the document called as DRHP, liaise with all your authorities like SEBI, ROC, your stock exchanges, get in principle approval from them, then do all your marketing, which is called as road shows, get investors for you, do underwriting, minimum subscription they will take, etc. So all that is done by an investment banker. So you can get into an investment banking firm, and investor bankers are paid fantastically. Okay, so one is this, and in the investment banking there is WM, Wealth Management sector, wherein they help people to invest their money and give advice. So you can be a financial advisor, you could be a portfolio manager, wherein you are managing the portfolios of others. Suppose I want to invest, but I don't have the expertise how to invest my money. What will I do? I will go to a portfolio manager. I will tell him, I am giving you 10 lakh rupees per year. You give me at least twice the return, or maybe 1.5%. So 1.5 return. So I'll say that by the end of the year, I want at least 5 lakh profit from this. So that investment, that portfolio manager will manage the portfolio, your portfolio by himself. Your portfolio he will manage. So you can do that. Risk management, I've already told you. If you want to do, then you should go for FRM or CFA. You can enter into commercial banking. So you can be a banker and you can give bank exams. So there are a lot of banking exams that you need. If you want to give a bank exam, you can enter into a bank. My preference is, if you really want to enter into a bank, go for SBI, because it is a public sector bank, and SBI employees have a lot of other facilities which a normal private bankers don't have. So you can be a banker, you can get into insurance sector, and of course, as I told you, that if you want to, you can actually, this is little funny, but this is actually, some people are doing this full time, but I would not suggest you to do full time, but at least part time. You can be a trader. So you can trade in securities. You'll understand the capital markets and financial markets more properly, and you can deal on your own account. You can trade on your own account. You can invest in stocks. Don't invest in cryptocurrencies, please, bitcoins, etc. Recently in the budget, government announced 30% tax. So any which ways it is not profitable now. And government in the winter session will come up with a new law wherein all the private currencies will be banned. And India will come up with the government of India will come with its own digital currency. You should invest in that because it will be backed by government. Invest in ET and all. And many people do that full time and they earn very good. If you understand the pulse of the market, you in stock market, I would not suggest you to go full time, but little by little, thoda you should start investing in stocks, and you should not just invest as a आँख बंद करके. You should see what is going on in the industry. You should do the industry analysis. Then you should do that company's analysis. What is the management of that company? What is the future prospects of that company? What is its top line? What is the revenue? What is the bottom line? How much profit it makes? What is its growth plan, etc. And only after doing thorough analysis, invest. Don't trade, invest. Long-term investment you can do, and if you invest in good companies, it can give you fantastic results, fantastic returns. So these are various career options that you have in finance. There are many more, but because the time is less, and I think I have already exceeded my time, so I'll put a full stop here. I'll stop here for a while, and I'll let others speak on their topic.
Thank you so much, sir. You have put a light on various sectors in the finance, and our students are actually got to know various other new things which they were actually not aware of. Thank you so much for your precious time. And now I would like to hand over to Faisal.
Now I would like to welcome Vasudha. She has completed BMS. She has completed BMS from Pillai College and completed MBA in Business Analytics from ITM Business School. Currently, she is working as a data analyst with General Mills India Private Limited and has been associated with Reliance Retail and Metropolis as HR analyst in the past. So I would like to hand over Vasudha.
Thank you so much, Faiza ma'am. Thank you everyone, Nitya ma'am, everyone for joining, for giving me this opportunity to share my experience. And it really feels, privileged to be here at this position after graduating from the same college. So I'm really thankful for that. So I'll just share my screen, and before, as Faiza ma'am said that about my career, I would just like to say that whatever career choices I have made, it was all my decision and never been influenced by my friends or my family. And that's what I'm going to focus as of now, why you should, take your decisions by yourself and not by, getting influenced by someone else, and why you should opt for HR if you have those particular skills. For that, I'd like to share my screen, and please feel free to drop your questions in the chat box if you have any, or at the end of the session, we can surely take your questions. Just a minute. Please let me know if my screen is up. Nitya ma'am, if my screen is up, please let me know.
It's visible.
Yeah. Okay. So before jumping in why you should take HR and why you should not take HR and these things, I would like to focus on one very important thing in like, as you guys are right now in the first year of PMS, and when you move into the second year, you have three options majorly which is being provided, that is marketing, finance and HR. Now what happens in this case is students do get confused because क्या होता है कि first year में सारे हमारे subject generalized होते हैं, and when you have to move to the second year, आपका subject specialization में आ जाता है, and at that point you are not very clear कि what you need to take, and these decisions are being very, very much influenced by our family, friends and society. But what is most important is you identifying yourself exactly what you need. So when it comes to friends, I have personally experienced when I was in BMS and when I was doing my graduation. So majority of us or majority of students took their decisions based on what their friends are taking. They did not realize exactly what they wanted to do in reality and what their actual personalities are and what they're interested in. So that's what one aspect which I have seen. And please, I would highly recommend never ever do that. identify yourself and take that decision. It's okay, it's okay that if your friends go into finance and you taking up HR or you taking up marketing, and that's perfectly okay, because what happens at the end of your graduation is basically you might be doing a job, or you might be taking up a post graduation, or you might be going abroad. Rarely after graduation that your friends are still connected with you. So it's better, it's good you guys will be connected, but you cannot meet on daily basis. Life happens to everyone. So that's one thing. Then coming across family, I understand families are a very, very important role in our life, and they influence our decision making. But at the end of the day, you have to understand that it's you who is going to take your career ahead and not your family. If you have chosen to do BMS, now it's your decision as well कि आप HR, finance, marketing में से क्या लेंगे. The next thing about family is what happens usually. I'll tell you. So one of the thing which I have personally experienced, or I have seen in many families, is what happens if you have a large family or if you have relatives. And what parents usually do is that basically they'll see a person in their family who is doing very well, who is doing good in terms of money, who is doing good in terms of reputation and everything, and they'll see their skills, or they'll see their profession. Okay, your cousin is very good in finance and he's earning so well, you should also do finance. So that's the kind of influence we have from our family. We get references from others ki तुम्हारा बड़ा भाई ऐसे कर रहा है, तुम्हें भी यही करना चाहिए, and it will give you good money. It's okay, families are thinking good about you, and that's not a problem. But it becomes very important for you that you sit with your family, you explain them what exactly you want, what are your skills. If you're not good with numbers, if you don't feel that you will not be able to understand those financial terms, like in my personal life, I had that very clear in my mind that I'm not good with financial numbers. I'm good with numbers, but I'm not good with the financial terms. It was very hard for me to understand. So that was very clear in my mind that what I do not have to take. So the next option for me was either HR or marketing. So that was the thing. Then comes society. Now what happens in society usually that आप किसी relatives के घर जाते हो, या whenever you are meeting any kind of building friends or people around you, and you see, and you yourself are getting influenced by that. You see people that, oh, he is doing so good, he is the head of marketing in so and so company, he is the head of finance, he is the head of HR, he is doing so good. But why that person is doing good, you have to understand the backstory of that, because he chose what he wanted to do. You cannot get influenced by them. So the most important decision needs to be taken by you and nobody else. It's okay if you take guidance from us. It's okay if you take guidance from your parents, friends, everything is really important. But the final decision, it all depends on you, because what happens at the when you complete your graduation, okay, for example, your family or family influenced you, or your family forced you to take finance and you take up, or if your friends are taking finance, and you take up any particular course, and at the end of the graduation you start searching for a job, and when you start searching for that job, you have to give that interview, and where that's the point of time where you exactly have to crack that. And if you are not very confident with those terms, if you're not very confident with what you have learned in those 3 years, I'm sorry to say, but that will be a very, very harsh time for you. And when you face if any, by any chance you clear that interview and you go into this corporate, and if you don't like that work, will that be worth? No, it will not be. It will really feel to you that you have wasted your 3 years. So don't do that. Decide what you need to do. So that's how your decisions are being made in our Indian society. You must be aware that outside India, it's never being forced by anyone. It's up to them. But we live in an Indian society where we respect our family. We want to be with everyone. We are emotionally attached. So please consider things while making any decision. So why you take that decision, you need to identify 4 things. Basically, who am I? Am I someone who is good with numbers? Am I someone who likes doing sales, who likes doing marketing, who likes talking to people at any point of time, who likes traveling? Am I someone, who is very introvert kind of a person? Am I someone who is very extrovert? Or am I an ambivert? So that's different classifications you have to do. What am I good at? Am I good at, playing with numbers? As I said, if you have to be in finance, you have to be very, very good with playing with the numbers. And what actually numbers are required everywhere. So I'll tell you the story of it at the end. So marketing mein kya hota hai? Basically, you have to travel, you have to convince people. The sales is the first, step of marketing. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to face rejections? So that's what marketing and sales comes into the picture. When it comes to HR, are you someone who likes bringing people together in a team and to motivate them, to make them organize and make them achieve a particular goal? So that's when your HR comes into the picture. So these 3 things, these skills you have to keep in mind when you are selecting a particular course. Now, what is important to me, that's very important. There are 2 things in a career. Is it money that is very important to me, or is it my happiness that is very important to me? If you're happy that you make lakhs of money but still not happy with the job or the kind of career choices you have done, then that's up to you. But I would not ever suggest someone to do it that you prefer money over your happiness, because at the end of the day, when you are done with your job and you come home, you should feel satisfied that whatever work I have done during my day, it satisfies me and I feel happy about it. The next is happiness. Obviously, if you feel that whatever you are doing in a particular job, or whatever you are taking up that decision, if you feel really happy from inside, please take up that. I would suggest that. What I do enjoy doing, same thing. If you are good forming up teams, you're motivating people to work, and you are good with people, you have good interpersonal skills, you have good communication skills, you can take up HR in that case and move ahead with this career. But identify yourself exactly. For that, I would suggest there's a 9 scope of intelligence test by Howard Gardner, which I'll mention in the chat, and you can take up that will help you to understand exactly where are you good at, and you can choose your career accordingly. You can choose your streams after first year, and that will take up your future options. So moving on to the next slide. Now we will be focusing more on the HR terms, because I have worked in the HR industry for approximately 1.5 years. Then I moved to data analytics, and there's a story behind it which I would like to share. So what happened is, after my graduation, I completed my BMS in HR specialization, and just after I completed my graduation, I wanted to do MBA, that is in HR. I took admission in one of the college, but at the very last moment, I withdrew my application from the same college. Reason being, it clicked in my mind that what if I don't like this? So what I did is I worked as an HR officer for 1 year in Reliance Retail, where I was handling 5,000 approximately employees on daily basis. Their daily activities, and they're managing their queries, managing their data. So one of them, recruiting, hiring, taking interviews. So these were my daily activities which I was doing, giving trainings to them. So these were my daily activities. And what happened was, in this HR, when I was working as well, I realized that I'm very good. I like managing data. even though it was employees data, I'm liking that. I'm loving how, how to play with Excel, how to play with numbers, how to get visualizations, how to draw graphs and present it in front of stakeholders and everything. So that's when I realized that I need my future career to get into analytics and get into data. Now what happens in data analytics, many people think that data analytics is something which is just just a one common field. But no, data analytics is something which can be applied anywhere, in HR, in finance, in marketing. You just have to deal with numbers. HR mein kaise hoga? For example, I would say that you have a kind of every month there are certain number of employees who join and there are certain number of employees who leaves. Every month there are certain number of employees who are who joined with you, may be good in certain skills and may not be good in certain skills, but you need to give them training about it. So you have to analyze those things. That will happen with the help of the numbers, with the help of research, and that's where data analytics comes into picture. So that's the main thing. And as you can rightly see over here, every business issue is people issue. Yes, I have to agree that, because every business is formed by people. You cannot run a business without human beings, and that's impossible. However, the world gets automated, the world gets artificial intelligence comes into picture, or whatever happens. But these automations, these artificial intelligence things, who are making it? Who are driving them? We, the people, are driving them. But what will happen if you form up a business and you do not hire right people for that? Basically, what happens if you are someone like chalo tumne ek finance company khol di, and or a marketing company, or anything, you open up a business, and you hire someone who is not interested in your job, in his job, and he is not very good at. Will your business succeed? No. Every strategies will fail, because your people are not working for you. Why? Because they are not motivated. They are not giving proper this skills and everything. So that's where HR comes into picture. So if you have seen this one news recently come up, there's a company, I am not able to recollect the name right now, but he fired almost 900 people on call. So that was something very, very, that was all over the news. If you that was all over the news, and if you see it, firing 900 people on a call. And the reason was his business was not giving him profits. Why his business was not giving him profits? Because those 900 people were not enough motivated by them, or were not having enough skills, or what exactly may have gone wrong, I don't know. But we should get into the crux of it to understand exactly people, what exactly a human, or what exactly your employees need, and why they need to be trained and everything. So that's where this quote comes: every business issue is people issue. And please consider that. I have heard many jokes, or if we can say memes, which you must have also seen, that HR is just for rangoli making or something like that. It's a big myth. When you get into HR, I will vouch for it that during the whole day, you'll never be free. You cannot get your own free time, because every second you'll get a call from your employer, to whom you're, okay, meri salary kyun kam aayi? When is my joining? Is my process done? Is my health insurance and everything is done? Then you get and then you get questions from your managers, or from your head of the department. So HR is someone who is directly working with the head of the department for every company, because head of the department is someone who will tell them exactly what is going wrong with the business and why it needs to be sorted. And for that, you need to identify right skilled people. for that particular job. So that's where HR comes into picture, and it's a very, very hectic job. It's not a joke to, because the whole business is dependent on you for getting the right people for right job. And if you cannot do that, and if you're failing in doing that, so the whole business will collapse within months. So that's where this HR comes into picture. And then the next thing I would like to focus is, HR is just not about recruiting or calling candidates ki you want to join our company, or you want to you want to give interviews and everything. It's also about understanding employees. So for example, if you're taking interview of any employee, you need to have that interpersonal skills where you can understand them just by their gestures, just by their body language. So that's something HR person has, that skill must have in you. If, for example, if I say that if someone is lying to you, you must be that street smart to understand that person is lying to you. So that's where your skills comes into the picture. And then identifying whether that person is right for you or not. Because if you take up that wrong decision of hiring that person who is not interested in the job and just lying you about his achievements and everything, then things may go haywire. So that's about this code, that every business issue is people issue. Then next, we understand, as I discussed, that is HR career right for you? You need to decide, like, am I taking up HR, but is it right for me? So first is interpersonal intelligence along with communication. So you cannot be an introvert in HR. You cannot be someone who is very introvert and who does not like to speak people and be in HR. Because what happens on daily basis, you need to interact with each and every employee of your company. You need to solve their queries. You need to communicate with them very clearly. You need to have transparency about things. And that's where your interpersonal skills come, or your communication skills come, because that person, that employee is waiting. That person expects an answer from you for each and every silly question. So you need to be very, very street smart for that. Then you are someone who enjoy bringing people together. If you are someone who is happy when he is alone, or when he or she is alone, or does not like to be in a team or something like that, then HR is not for you. But when you are someone who likes bringing people together, who is very people oriented, and who like people bringing together for a certain cause, for a certain outcome, then HR is the right career for you. If you're someone who has the skill of conflict resolution, then HR is the right career for you. Why? Because what happens is, sometimes so for example, if I'm an HR, there are different departments which we have marketing, we have finance, we have sales, we have digital marketing, we have this vendor management, and every departments are there. What happens is sometimes conflicts do happen. Obviously, when people are working together, conflicts will happen. There will be number of issues which you have to face. So what happens? These people directly come to you complaining about the other person or complaining about the situation. So you should be very, very confident in identifying that the cause of the conflict and solving them. Basically, I would say कि अगर आपके दोस्तों के बीच झगड़ा आता है, and if you are the person कि जो झगड़ा जाके solve करता है and बोलता है कि नहीं यार जाने दो, it's okay, and if you give them another chance, or if you understand कि who is at fault and who is at not, then it's a right career for you. Confidentiality. Basically, why? Because HR has the data of each and every employee, be it address, be it salary, be it family, every data is with HR, and HR knows everything about a person. So if you are someone who cannot keep secrets, or who जिसके पेट में बात नहीं पकती, या someone who is very outspoken, I would not say outspoken, but someone who will share each and everything with each and everyone, So then please don't do it, because confidentiality is one of the most important aspect in HR, and you need to have it to be in the HR industry. You also need to have critical thinking about each and every aspect, because what happens, I'll give you an example of conflict resolution. When someone comes up to you with an issue, you just cannot listen and just, अगर मान लो कोई पहले आया आपके पास कोई conflict लेके, you just cannot hear one side of the story. You have to hear both the sides of the story and identify and analyze exactly what went wrong. Then critical thinking also comes into the picture of training and development. So when a new employee joins, you also understand what they are good at and what they are not good at. And you identify the gap between those two skills, and then understand exactly where that person needs training. So that's where critical thinking comes into. Active listening. You have to listen to your employees very actively. You cannot avoid them, you cannot ignore them, or you cannot interrupt them. So that's very important. Leadership. Yes. Who says that HR does not make at higher positions? I have seen people, the highest position in HR is CHRO, that is Chief Human Resource Officer, who handles the world offices, the pan-India offices, about people, and he is the one who is driving people, because you cannot be good in your business, and any person who is not connected with his employees cannot run his business. So that's the one skill you have to have in you for getting into HR, that is leadership. You just cannot, I can say, when you are talking to your employees, you cannot let them overrule you. You need to make them understand what is right and what is wrong, and for that you need to have knowledge and skills about that particular industry. So HR are also, very industry specific. Financial HRs, who are more, who understands the terms of the finance and then hires people, because you cannot go bluntly and take interviews of people and hire them, because you also need to understand what skills they have, and you need to understand those terminologies to hire certain people. Negotiation, one of the most important aspect when it comes into HR, because what happens, you offer certain salary to an employer. The employer expects certain salary from you, and if a company has another budget for it, to give that to employees. So negotiation comes into the picture. You need to have good negotiation skills to get into HR. So these are the major skills I can say, which is really important when it comes to HR, and you need to identify within yourself if these skills are there into you, then you may go into HR. Then what are the functions which are in HR is basically there are 5 major functions. So procure is where your recruitment, hiring, and designing the jobs and placement comes into the picture, where you are identifying right people, hiring them, and everything. Then develop is something where your performance appraisal, like how a particular employee is doing, you're tracking that performance, you are training them, you are planning their career. If a person is leaving, if an employee is leaving, who should be the next one filling up that position? Are you going to hire someone from outside, or are you going to take someone from your company? So that comes into development. Compensate, you need to work on their salaries, you need to work on their bonuses, we need to work on their, there are different things like provident fund, gratuity, taxations, and everything. You need to understand that also. You can get into that industry. Compensate. So these are different parts of HR where you can get into. Either you can get into recruitment and selection, either you can get into training and development. I also get into major salary processing. You can get into integration, where you are handling complaints, you are handling conflict resolution, you are handling discipline. So these are the things where you are handling them. Maintain. So this is the area where I was majorly working my 80% of the time. That I was record keeping, and I was designing HR dashboards when I was working with Metropolis. I worked there as an intern for 6 months. when I was doing my MBA, but there I automated almost their procedures, where they were, having an overview dashboard of Excel, where, basically how many employees are joining each month, how many employees are leaving, what is the percent of retention, what is the percent of attrition. So these are the terms you will get familiarized when you go when you choose this field, and what skills do they exactly need, and what is the number status going on in the HR department. So this was the main area where I usually work. And now also, when I have switched into data analytics, I'm working with General Mills as sales analyst, where my domain is not very specific. I can switch into any field I want. I am playing with numbers. So how much profit my company is making in terms of sales, which products are, selling up, which products are selling up very good, and which products are not doing well, and why is it not doing well. So these are terms in terms of data, and that data analytics, that's a completely different industry. Where you can get into after doing BMS as well, your MBA in business analytics, or so that will really help, and it's one of the booming industry right now. So as I have one, very important statistics I can say when it comes to HR. When people joke about HR, HR does nothing; it just draws rangoli and everything. But in reality, HR is something which is driving the whole organization, which is keeping people motivated. If you see, these are the things like organizational design, leadership, culture, engagement, learning, design thinking. These are the skills. Digital HR is booming right now. Everything is going automated, everything. So right now we used to have this process where, resumes were being selected manually, where you used to see resumes, could say, identify those skills. But now it is also automated. You just type in the skills you have and you get those resumes on your screen. So that's where my work also comes into the picture, for digitalizing things and workforce management. So these are the things. And if you see, majority of the people have said that it's really, really important for any company. So yeah, these are the skills. And yeah, this is all about it, about HR and everything, and why you need to take up and why you don't need to take up if you don't have that particular skills. And for many other further queries, you can connect me with LinkedIn, that is Vasudha Chaturvedi. Please have your LinkedIn profile created. Nitya ma'am, I would suggest you please have a session with them to get a LinkedIn profile created. It's really important to connect with people on professional basis, and it really helps to grow in terms of your professional career or networking. And you can also reach me at this email ID, which you can note for any queries if you have. So that's all from my side, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a pleasure having you on the session. I know you have put a very bright light on certain sections of HR, which is going to help our students to actually evaluate and select this stream as per their own convenience. And I'm very much thankful to you have given us your precious time and conducted such a nice, beautiful PPT with your own experiences, which are going to help our students to select the right stream for them. Thank you so much for being with
Thank
us.
you.
Moving
Thank you.
forward, thank you, dear. Moving forward to Faiza ma'am.
Now I would like to call Mr. Ajit Sharma. Sir is having more than 8 years of experience in marketing field. He is the founder of Reality Unboxing, which is digital real estate consultant. Sir is the co-founder of TG Connect Media Services. Sir is the founder of Professional Digital Marketing Training. I would request you, sir, to share your words with the students.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming and joining this session. And I would like to thank you to Vasudha and Sachin for enlightening us on HR and finance. And Sachin, me and Sachin are from same batch, and it feels really great to see him doing well in his life career. Yes, there's it's honestly saying it's too much of information in one day to process. quite technical things, quite of things related to life, how you should choose your career and all. Okay, so I would just like to make things little lighter now. I know there's a lot of things happened, a lot of information was shared, and it's too much on the same day, right? So yeah, so quickly I'll firstly begin with my career, like the journey from graduation till here. Okay, so after my graduation from Pillai's College in the year 2013, BMS, I'm a BMS graduate. Okay, from marketing stream. So after that, like I said, like Vasudha said, most of the career in marketing starts with sales. So yes, even I started my career with sales. Okay, and many people don't choose marketing and don't opt for marketing just because of this reason as well. That I don't want to do sales and all. But again, that like many other myths of HR, it is again a myth for marketing as well. So after my this thing, 1.5 year of experience, then I opted for MBA, and like Sachin told, even I agree second on that. Is yes, you should some work. You should have some work experience before you go for an MBA. See, college and all, I don't think so. I mean, it is my personal opinion. I mean, if you have it in you, so definitely you will be on the top, or whatever you are doing. So college definitely does matter. It adds credibility, but then yes, if you have it in you, you can do it from any college, and still you can reach to places where other people reach. Okay, so after that I did my MBA, and while I was doing my MBA, MBA is full of presentations, case studies, and everything. So when you actually go and do MBA, directly after your graduation, and when you work and do MBA, so you can very well prominently you can make a difference. So while I was doing MBA, while giving presentation and other things, I was there was a level of confidence, and not just me, other people who have done some work experience and came to do MBA, they have a different confidence in them while they were presenting, because they are already then used to speaking people, and used to communicating and all. So it was quite different experience. So yes, you should try and do some work before you go for your MBA, whether if it is in finance, marketing, or HR, anything. So consider doing a job before you do your MBA. Okay. And then yes, after my MBA, I got placed into Hindustan Times from my college, and there I work as a relationship manager. So now, what is a relationship manager? Is basically I have to basically I was a bridge between the company and the existing clients of the company, which is Hindustan Times. Okay. So after that, there was something called digital marketing that time. I mean, today everyone must be knowing about digital marketing and all the things that are in digital marketing. But then that time, I'm talking like about 5 to 6 years back, digital marketing was just started entering into a market. So I got to know about that. So I did a diploma course in digital marketing. Okay, and then I got into an agency called LogicServe Digital. They are a huge agency of digital marketing, and there I joined as a SEM executive. Okay, so here I took a back in my career, in my salary. Also, I had to, because I had changed my stream from sales. I went into you can say advertisement, basically. Okay, online advertisement. So there I just work for say around 6 to 7 months only. See, that I have shifted my career from sales to a different background. So I had also had to take a huge salary cut, honestly. So okay, I'll tell you a figure also. So when I was in Hindustan Times in 2016, my salary was around 80,000 per month. Okay, then I had to take a cut, and then it was around 40,000 a month. So that was a huge cut. But I know, but I was taking all calculated risks. I know where I want to be. So it is okay to take the risk if you can definitely afford it. Okay. So I took that risk, and in 5 months of time, in 6 months of time in LogicServe, I found like-minded people, and then we thought of going for this a venture into digital marketing, and I thought digital marketing is something which is booming, and it would have some great scope in future. So I found two people from in there, and we thought of going ahead and starting our own agency, which is TG Connect Media Services. Okay, it's a digital marketing agency. It's a 5-year-old company, and my office is in Vashi. Okay, so one of you, if you want to, come and you can meet me, you can meet me there. Okay. So yes, then Sophie, so for running any business, you need funds. Okay. So firstly, we started, looking out for investors. So luckily, after talking to a couple of them, we found one, and yes, so we were backed by 1 crore of investment from that particular investor, and that is how our journey started with 3 members in the initial stage, and then today we are a team size of around 30 people in my company. Okay, and my company is Google. We are a Google partner agency, and we work very closely with Google. And then we were also nominated by Silicon India as the top 10 promising startups in Mumbai. Okay, so this was the journey with this digital marketing company. And then we thought, why not? So as a businessman, as a marketing person, whenever there is a problem, you find a solution. And in every problem, we see opportunity. So that is the vision a marketing person should have. So if you see a problem, don't take it as a problem. Look that from a point of opportunity. So the problem was, like I said, the digital marketing was quite new. So finding resources in digital marketing is quite difficult, and still we face that problem. Okay, because all the talent is fresh in digital marketing. You won't easily get experienced people in digital marketing, and even if you get them, they are very, very expensive. Okay. So we thought of why don't we train people? Why don't we train people and then hire them? See, if training can be one business, and then if we like them, we can hire them. So in that, what happens is we don't have to bet on anyone. We can hire them, we can train them as we want, and then we can have them in our company. And if we don't like them, then the course is completed. Then we can go home with the certificate. Okay. So this is how we started, PDMT, which is Professional Digital Marketing Training. So if you must have been traveling in buses and trains, you must have. Some of you must have seen our hoardings also somewhere on stations, on buses, and on digital also. And we were also conducting many seminars on digital, free seminars on digital marketing during this lockdown. Okay, so that is how PDMT came into picture with the problem. So and next is Realty Unboxing is what. So I have quite a few clients into real estate. So I thought, why like we have, unboxing for electronics, or super bikes, cars, or normal bikes, or anything. Why don't we have it for real estate? Because see, real estate is a huge investment. So before making, just like a career choice, the career is made like once in a time. So once you do normally, but people don't do graduation twice or thrice. Okay, so you do graduation once. Okay, so even home buying is an experience. People, many of us, like 70% or 80% of them, it is just one time and lifetime experience of buying a home. So why not give a consultation, digital consultation? As you know, the entire audience is on this thing only, or online only. So why don't we start a YouTube channel wherein we give consultation to people on what they should buy, what they should not buy, what is the problem in that particular project, or etc. So we merged with one of our clients into real estate, and then we started Realty Unboxing. So again, that business is doing pretty well, and we were able to sell some of the inventories also through that particular channel with zero marketing cost, honestly. So yes, these were the three businesses that we have started. I've started in last 5 years. So why I told you this story is to show you the options that is available once you do marketing. Okay, from any institute, once you do marketing, and once you take marketing as a career. So I'm not saying that people from finance background or HR background cannot do it, but then yes, this is my personal experience, like I said when I started. So I was able to switch on. I was able to go for all this career, and I was able to grab these opportunities, because I feel it was very much possible for me because of my graduation choice. Okay, which was marketing. Okay, so this was an personal experience. Then to start with, firstly, let us understand the importance of marketing. See, marketing is very important in any company, and marketing is not a job. Marketing is basically a process. Okay, so with the process involves sales, promotions, advertisement, PR, etc., and everything. So this is basically a process. It is and with this process, so in marketing, these all things come. So with this, the job opportunities also come, right? And believe me or not, marketing is core of any business. Marketing is core of any business, and business revolves around it. Okay, I will give you an example. See, what would you say that Maruti is doing? So you would say Maruti is into manufacturing a car, but that is not right. Marketing is basically into business of marketing the cars. Okay, does just Maruti manufactures car and keep with themselves, or you just go to them and tell me, okay, give me Maruti, I know that you are a car manufacturer, give me this car. No, they have to make the car and then they have to advertise it. Okay, they have to advertise it to to be able to sell their car. So if they are into business of marketing the cars, not just manufacturing the cars. So this is how every business does. When Tata is into steel, they are not into business of making steel, they are into business of marketing the steel. Okay, so this is the importance of marketing in a company. Okay, so yeah, so there are so now about choosing your career. So yes, there are several factors you should consider as you decide what stream you want to go, like what major you want to pursue, whether it is marketing, finance, or HR. Okay, so definitely there are questions in your mind like why study marketing, and is marketing right for you, or is it a good career path to choose? So let me answer that question for you. So why study marketing? First thing. So this is probably the first question you should ask yourself as consider pursuing a degree in marketing is, see, a marketing degree will open many doors for you. Like you have seen my career from where I started and where I am right now. So yes, because it is not just simple specific to one thing course, as it is an integral and in demand jobs for most companies. Okay, so marketing will open many doors for you, and you will be not having few options but many options to choose from once you complete your graduation into marketing. Okay, then the question comes, is marketing right for you? Okay, so see, marketing isn't for everyone, to be honest. It's an exciting and rewarding career, I agree, but you need to possess a combination of several personality traits and characteristics to make it in the marketing world. Okay, although see, successful marketing professionals can come from any background. They can come from finance, HR, or anything, but what is important in them is they have few things in common. So if you are coming in marketing, you need to be very creative, if not very, at least a little creative. Okay, and you need to be self-motivated, because many times you would feel that you have spent hours on hours of making a campaign or making a success, thinking of I'm making something very good, and it might fail. Okay, then there are high chances that you might get demotivated. So you always need to keep yourself self-motivated. Okay, you have to be able to work well in a team environment, and sometimes as an individual. Sometimes you need to be a leader, sometimes you need to follow someone, and so on. The list is long, but you get the basic idea, I believe, right? So you need to have all this in you if you are planning to get into marketing. The truth is that there's no specific trait or a list of things that you need to have it in you, but you need to have a combination of many things, many skills. So marketing, I would say, as it is less of degree than skills. Okay, and the skills is that you have to develop within you over time. See, honestly, I don't know what will happen after 3 years, what course you will do after 3 years, but I would like to talk about the present. So now currently, as you have just started your studies in first year BMS, look out for options, BMS or any stream, look out for options. What options do you have to polish your skills? If you are good, if you feel you're good into writing, go for some content writing courses. If you feel you're good with numbers, go for digital marketing courses, go for analytics courses. So decide what you want to be right from today. Okay, and even if you don't want to be there, just acquiring knowledge and acquiring skills is no harm, right? So you can definitely go for many courses from now. Don't wait for these 3 years to complete. After this 3 years, you will be just plain graduated in any of the stream. So marketing field or any other field, as I see, with marketing professional, I am also a businessman. Okay. In start of my career, we as a small team, we used to manage our own finances, our own HR. We were the HR, we were the marketing, we were everything of the company. Okay. Because earlier we did not have that much money, to hire every person for every department. Okay. So we have managed this, and we have seen, and me as a employer, when a person comes to me for a job, I want someone in my company who has multiple skills. Okay, so any company would want that, because instead of paying 2%, if there's a candidate who has 2 skills, so it is good for me, right? So every company thinks from that point of view. So degree and everything, they have their own importance. It is not that that doesn't matter, like what degree you do and from which college you studied. It does matter, but then skills is important, and it is required in the market now. Okay, so now is it a good career path to choose from? See, this is another important question you need to ask yourself if marketing is a good career to to choose. So yes, luckily marketing positions are becoming a majority in a major priority in many companies, and students who study marketing can get a job almost everywhere these days. Honestly, think about it. See, seriously, basically every company or brand need a marketing team. I own 3 companies. I cannot imagine any of my company without a marketing team. Honestly, think. See, I can say when the companies are small, 3-4 members. I can any company can manage their own HR, okay, and manage their own finances also. But when the company grows to 100, 200, 400 people, that time you may require an HR team or finance team. But initially, marketing is something you even a small company needs. Okay, and it is somewhat tough to find jobs in HR. And I have done MBA and I have friends in graduates also. I have friends from HR and finance department. I know how difficult it was for them to get jobs. Okay, so but yes, they are all at a very good position now. But marketing, even small startup would require a marketing person, and giants also required marketing team. So that is the level of opportunity you have in this thing, the marketing. Okay, then when you study marketing, you don't normally study a specific type of area or business. Okay, you study marketing as a whole and all different responsibilities involved in a marketing career. Once you graduate, you can work for a car manufacturer, a food chain, clothing designer, celebrity, university, etc. There are like endless opportunities, in marketing world. Okay, so I would just like to list a few, of the career opportunities which I see on a daily basis in marketing. There are. Trust me, if I go on saying it, it may take like hours to tell you what a marketing graduate can do. Okay, but I will tell you all those which are in my company, and also I know that these are the jobs available, and I know people who are working on these positions. Okay, so there are basically sales and business development. So sales is basically one profile wherein from where many of our marketing people enter into this marketing industry. So sales is basically, don't just feel that just you have to do cold calls and you have to go and do barging in any of the companies. That's a real yellow. So it is not sales, because take sales as a market research. Okay, so when you know your product, when you know your customer very well, only then you can make strategies, right? So take sales from that point of view, that you are doing a market research, you are understanding your market, understanding your product, understanding your customer. Okay, so sales is that. And let me tell you, sales is the highest paying job. Okay, sales is the highest paying job. So for a fresher, if you had to start your career in finance, uh, this is as far as I know. I mean, you may get a salary of 14, 15K, 18K. In HR, I guess it is the same. But a sales fresher also can get a salary up to 25 to 30K. Okay, in the beginning, because sales is something which is driving the business, right? So that is the importance of sales. So next is client servicing. So client servicing is basically managing the existing client in the company. So for that, yes, for client servicing, you need to have good skills of communication. So like I said, with the marketing degree, you need to possess some skills to flourish in the field of marketing and the jobs that are available in marketing field. You need to have a set of skills with. Okay, so client servicing definitely requires the communication skills. Then the brand manager. Okay, there the companies wherein there are multiple brands, or even the company is one brand. You have to you are basically the father and mother of that that brand. You need to decide what is right, what is wrong for that brand. It is a very important and very tough job. Then the product manager. Okay, like a company having multiple products, and you are one of the person who's managing that particular product. So that is it. So account manager. So this is not the account finance wala account. So account is basically client. Okay. In companies we call clients as an account. Okay. So you become the account manager. You take care of that particular client. Okay. Only so the client is your responsibility. What he wants, and whatever is going around in his particular basically campaign, or with his stuff. So you are the one who will be managing. So he's your account basically. Social media executive. So now see, 5 years back or 6 years back, I mean, digital marketing was not there, like I told you. Now because of digital marketing coming into picture, there are a lot of career options available. Digital marketing itself is full of so many career options. Okay, like I have a digital marketing agency. So there are PPC analysts in my company, SEM analyst, search engine optimization manager, search engine optimization executive, social media manager, social media optimization manager, social media marketing manager, content writer, email marketer, SMS marketer, website developer. Okay, see, website developer again becomes a little technical. You have to do a different study. It is not that a marketing graduate cannot do it, but yes, you have to do some specialization courses to learn that. But even if you just ignore that, the rest what I told you, a marketing person can easily do it. If you have a digital marketing, see, even a digital marketing degree is it is not something mandatory, but then if you have that, so company would be happy to welcome you because you have fair idea of what is digital marketing. But if you just simply enter and you're clueless about what is digital marketing, so it becomes difficult for a company to train you, especially small companies who don't have the manpower to train. Okay, so it is advisable if you want to, if you people, especially people who don't want to get into sales or from the very first beginning of their career, so better do a good digital marketing certification course and learn. See, everything is available on YouTube. I don't need to tell you anything, right? I was just here to share my personal experience of what I did after my graduation. But every other thing is available, what you have to do, what you don't have to do, and ultimately you are the one who would be making choices. Okay, so digital marketer again is one this thing option, career option. Then marketing analyst, analytics, you can go get into analytics now as a skill. If you are very much good into numbers and all, so definitely you can go into analytics. Okay, then inbound marketing is basically generating leads for your own business. So you would be responsible for bringing in business, but not but without doing any sale. You would be creating campaigns for your companies or your clients, wherein people will be coming to your company instead of you going to them. Okay, then you can get into event manager thing, then market researchers. Then of course you can have your own business, well, like I did. Okay, so content writer and media buyer, these are the few positions that I know personally, that are the few of them are in my companies as well, and many other things. But yes, honestly saying, marketing has a lot of opportunities, but then you need to have few common skills. And but again and again I am emphasizing on the same thing, which is skills. So in marketing, skills are very, very important. Okay, simple, with your graduation degree you cannot get job in marketing, and even if you get, it would not be nothing more than a sales job. Okay, but if you want to excel in marketing, develop skills in yourself, identify your strengths and weaknesses and work on them in these 3 years, because these 3 years are very, very important for you. Okay, enjoy your time in the college, and now it is online basically, but you need to make yourself a different personality in these 3 years, because these are very important 3 years of your life. And after that, the career starts. Okay, wherein it is your choice to go for further studies and whatever it is, but everywhere you would go, you would require the skills and everything. Okay, so this is how I started my journey. And yes, marketing helped me a lot. And yes, today the valuation of my entire 3 companies together comes to around 10 cr. Okay, and this is the help that I got from marketing and Phillips College, as I started my career and completed graduated into marketing, and from there now I'm here. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ajit sir, for your precious words and your guidance. I am sure our students are clear enough now to select whichever streams they want to, as all 3 of you have helped them in a very nice way. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking time from your busy schedules to be our guest speaker at our webinar. Your presence and wise words have obviously helped our students in the best possible way, and our webinar has become a huge success. So, all thank you for thanks to all your enlightening words that has inspired our students. Thank you so much. And students, you have to join your regular class links from 2:30. Okay. Thank you so much, guests. And
Thank you
thank
so
you
much.
all the students for listening. And you all will get a feedback form in your groups now. Think about which stream you have to select, and by next Saturday you have to submit that feedback form. That is by 19th of February, selecting your stream. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone, and all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Everyone can leave the link now.